After 2 really good weeks for NXT on the CW network, it was a third time unlucky as the show lost almost 250,000 viewers. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. NXT's debut on CW was a success. NXT's follow-up episode on CW was a success. However, the third episode, we had no promotion really with outside main eventers. We had no CM Punk. We had no Randy Orton. We had nothing like that. What we did have was the NXT roster, and that roster just did not deliver because this week's show is down 27% from last week's with a rating of 639,000 viewers. Now, this is alarming. To lose this amount of viewers from week 2 to week 3 is not good for NXT. Now, in terms of competition, there was a Major League Baseball game on between the Yankees and the Guardians, which did 5.4 million viewers during its time on, I believe, I'm not sure what channel it was on, but it did 5.4 million, TBS. So, yeah, that MLB game did 5.4 million on TBS, but still, I mean, take that out of the equation. It's not a good look for NXT after getting 2 good weeks in a row, but using CM Punk, using The Miz, using Jey Uso, Randy Orton, using guys like that. Now, all of a sudden, when those guys are not on the show, we see a big drop-off. Now, it could be because of the MLB. It could be because they had no main roster talent on the show. Could be a bit of both. Or it could just be, a bad week for a bad show. I didn't see the show this week, but the last 2 weeks I gave it a 5 out of 10. I thought NXT was decent, but this week didn't actually see it. And yeah, I believe my brother gave it a 2 out of 10, so obviously he didn't like it. And the people tuning in, I'm assuming, didn't really like it either, and that explains the low rating. So 639,000 viewers, like I said, that is down 27% from last week. Not good. 874,000 last week. So in total, it is down, 235,000 viewers. That's a lot. That is a lot of viewers. Now, the key demo did a 0.18. Last week, it did a 0.24. So down 25% as well in the key demo. I mean, these are big numbers. 25% down in the key demo. 27% down in viewership. You can blame the baseball if you want, but it's just not a good look for NXT. It's not a good look for the development guys that the week that they have to go without the main roster talent, they don't deliver when it comes to the numbers. So I would say it's pretty concerning. And we believed that NXT was going to have some dominance. I thought we all believed that NXT was going to have a period of dominance over Dynamite, where it would consecutively beat Dynamite week by week by week. But I'd be surprised if Dynamite doesn't do higher than 639. Obviously, they need to respond from last week's Title Tuesday. I'm assuming that they will. But I think that AEW will beat NXT this week. I would have to assume with that rating, 639,000. It's not good. Anyway, if we look at the YouTube clips, in first place is Stephanie Fakir. Dominates in her NXT debut. This got 178k. Not a massive number by any means, any stretch of the imagination, but it's the highest, so fair play. Second place, Julia saves Stephanie Fakir from Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. This got 133k. I think people are just curious to see the new chicks, Julia and Stephanie Fakir, in action. Like I said, 133k. Then in third place, we had Obafemi crashes Tony D'Angelo's championship celebration. This got 128k, so pretty close to the second place clip. Fourth place, we have full match, Siobhan Evans versus Wesley versus Ethan Page. In the number one contender main event match, this got 119k. So, again, pretty close as well to the second and third place clip. And then last and kind of nowhere at this point, it was Andre Chase returns to exact payback on Ridge Holland. 69k. massive drop-off there compared to what the other clips got. And I mean, just maybe nobody cares about Chase U, nobody cares about Ridge Holland. Some of the Chase U University clips, they used to be entertaining, they used to be a little bit funny, but yeah, I think it's fair to say that nobody really cares. This guy is not a draw. So yeah, without CM Punk, without Randy Orton, without Jey Uso, without The Miz, without Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, definitely seems like there's been a drop-off this week for NXT. Will they respond next week? I'm assuming they will, because I don't know if the baseball will still be on, but it might be a case of the best has already happened. I mean, they almost did 900k week 1. They weren't that far off in week 2. I mean, yeah, next week I imagine they will go up, but maybe 800k, maybe that's NXT done with that. Maybe next week they'll hit 700k, but we might not be seeing high 800k again, or at least until they promote something really good. But I think next week might be Halloween Havoc, so you'd expect that to get a little bump in the ratings. I just have to wait and see. But yeah, very disappointing number, guys, for NXT. And yeah, their dominance over Dynamite lasted, what, 2 weeks? Poor. I wasn't expecting NXT to do this badly, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens next week. But yeah, it just goes to show you that they kind of do need the main roster talent. Based on this, it would look that way anyway. So yeah, we'll see. Stephanie Fakir, Julia, they might be great wrestlers, but just nobody really knows them. It's as simple as that. You can't expect it. You can't say these are massive draws, because you know they're clearly not, and the numbers show it. Anyway, guys, that's it. Catch you in the next one. Been Fog Wrestling. Thanks for watching. Peace.